Meantime, a new Axios analysis reveals Democrats are in an even bigger hole to win back the House majority, thanks to redistricting. Republican-led states have redrawn enough congressional districts to force Democrats to outperform their 2024 national results by nearly 5 percentage points to regain the majority.
Specifically, across the 10 states that redistricted, Democrats held 80 seats in 2024 to Republicans' 101. Just to hold that ground, Democrats would need to outrun Harris's margin by 10.5 points.
Wow. Let's bring in Saturday in America anchor, Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh, so great to have you, especially on set. So it's so interesting. This is what's so great about politics. Who would have thought that we would be in this position where these maps have changed so much and the redistricting that all of a sudden, even in a tough, midterm environment, Republicans are looking pretty good.
That's why these fights on redistricting matter. James Blair, the president's political guru, who was a key architect behind 2024 and now for the midterms, pointed out Democrats have been doing this for a long time aggressively. That is why you look at the Northeast, there are very few Republicans. Finally, Republicans started to do it, and these fights matter. You see Ron DeSantis, he was able to get a map through. You see the Supreme Court, those cases that have been litigated. Then you see places like Indiana, where you had Republican senators who are no longer there. They lost their primaries, but refused to redistrict. These seats matter. We have to play the game the way the Democrats do, because now, who knows what happens in the midterms? It could be a fight. We could win.
And it's a reminder that these battles over state houses and governorships actually matters.
They do.
Because of this issue. Now, spin it forward a little bit. Let's say, like Rachel says, suddenly we're in a year when the party in power should just get annihilated in the midterms of the second term. I still think it's a tough slog for Republicans, but it's a lot better than it would be. But then fast forward past, say, 2026 and 2028 to 2030, the map is going to actually even get better for Republicans.
Yeah, when you look at the 2030 census that will be coming and beyond, you're exactly right, though. It is a tough year for Republicans, could very likely lose the House, but I think this makes it a fight. And you don't know where we will be, let's say, September, October, November. If they still have Graham Plattner, that's a real drag. I think not just in Maine, but beyond. I think if they have Graham Plattner, they lose their chance at getting the Senate. Then you look at guys like Tallarico, who have these woke clips about, I forget the exact word he used for menstruating neighbors. I'm probably
neighbors with uteruses.
Neighbors with uteruses. It's hard to keep up. There were other Democrats who used the other term, but this woke language that they're leaning into that has these are national headlines. These clips are going to be played in ads. It can be a drag on the ticket. And if the Iran war gets resolved and you see mortgages start to come down, gas prices, interest rates, there's a new Fed chair, we could be in a totally different.
If the war ends, this becomes very difficult for the Democrats. I think it's a game changer. I think you're going to see markets and gas prices start to come down. I think it's going to be incredible.
So is the plural of uterus uteri or uteruses?
Look, I'm not an expert clearly on dim woke language because I just misquoted one of them, but I'll get to Tallarico and others and AOC.
If anybody would know that, I would think
you should do like a whole dictionary.
Uteri. And just one last quick point, because you raised like Plattner and Tallarico, and when you look at that map, just one last time, you see some of the redistricting gains on the Democrat side. They picked up 3 in California, but in California, the Democrat candidates in both the top of the gubernatorial and the LA mayoral race, they don't have Graham Plattner problems. They should easily be winning, but yet we've got Steve Hilton coming on here shortly. He is doing very well, and of course, Spencer Pratt doing well. Does that tell you anything?
Yeah, that there's some change going on the ground in California, no doubt about it. And look, if Steve Hilton is one of those remaining 2 that goes to a runoff, that is a big win down ballot. This is something in politics you pray for and hope for. It's a nightmare scenario to have 2 Democrats competing for the governor's race. Fewer Republicans will show up. It's just historically that's what's going to happen. You get someone like Steve Hilton in there, and it's a Republican on Democrat race. This bodes well for everyone on the ticket.
Just having the storyline of talking about the issues that Steve Hilton is going to talk about, and same with Spencer Pratt. If the political the press is talking about those issues, that helps Republicans.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.